Hey guys, it's Spike with the Pagan Vlogs. So, I gotta be honest with you, I am burning up, sweating all over the place, so excuse me if I do not look my best. I need to get a shower, but I just got stuff to do, so I can't really do it right now. I want to make this video not too long, but I want to talk just a little bit about totems and deities for the open-minded pagan. And what I mean by this is talking about visual representations of animals, deities, beings. I'm specifically focusing on animals and deities because that's what I'm going to demonstrate right now. But it can also include things like fairies or whatever, and I'll mention that too. Um, I'd like to talk about different ways to represent these things because the open-minded pagan can find all sorts of animal representations, for one. That's the easiest thing to find. If you look at knickknacks, they're quite often, little animal knickknacks. Um, all sorts of people are into animals. I'm getting quite a few animal knickknacks, and for me, I'm going to be using those kind of like totems. So I'll be getting rabbit totems, dog totems, cat totems, some pig totems, just because that's what I have. So to some people, it's just knickknacks. But to me, those are totems representing the creature. But I'd like to show you guys some other animal totems, which I got the other day. Something like this. You ever seen these little 3D puzzles? So there's the eagle. You want to represent eagle? There's a cheap way to represent eagle, and it's a physical, like yeah. Or if you want to represent the totem of elephant. I have 9 of these. Uh, for $2, that ain't bad. To have 9 different animal totems. um, but if you want to know about also those are just 2 I can think of. Pictures, of course, of animals, paw prints, things like that. There are all kinds of things you can use to represent animals. Um, Fairies, you can use a frickin' Tinkerbell to represent the Fae. I mean, if you're open-minded enough to see the connection between, any depiction of a fairy, a little doll for a little girl can be a fairy. You don't need to go, buy an actual fairy. You might like to have it. I have one that I just got, and it's absolutely beautiful. I'm just saying, if you have something, use it if you'd like to. For deities, I did something that I thought was kind of clever of me. I found a little Thor, and that's my Thor on my. If I want to put it on my altar, if I want to represent Thor, this is my Thor. I thought that was kind of clever, from the Avengers, but might be a more modern depiction, superhero depiction of Thor. But for one, I think it really does look like it could be a Thor. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like too modern looking at all. But it's a perfectly good Thor, and the way one person imagines Thor is just as good as anyone else. Some of my Acid True friends might not like that I have this, but I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet. I have to study whether I'm interested in using it as a deity or rather more as a representation of the oppositional force. But I got Loki too. I do understand how a lot of people feel about Loki, so again, I have to decide what I want. I haven't decided yet. I decided I want to get the figure too, but I haven't decided yet in what way I wish to work with this, or if I have any desire to work with Loki as anything besides I haven't decided yet because I know how bad Loki is in the eyes of Asatru, but I also know that to many people Loki is simply a god of chaos. So it really depends on your perception, and I haven't decided where I stand on that whole argument yet. So don't go off on me until you know. Also a simple deity. I know not all people would consider him a deity, but Buddha. Some people do consider him a deity. The Hindus consider Buddha one of their deities. So at least maybe not this version of Buddha, but the normal Buddha. So these are pretty cheap to find, the little Buddhas, and they're good deity representations. You know what I mean? So Also, any card decks, like tarot cards, oracle cards, or anything like that based on gods and goddesses, works perfectly as a depiction of the god or goddess. You know, it has a double purpose. Also, if you just have pictures, you can print out pictures of animals or deities or fairies or whatever you want. Um, and there you have it. Your fairy, your god, your goddess, your totem animal, your spirit animal, whatever. You know, I'm just saying there are so many different opportunities to find things in mundane ways or without spending a whole lot of money that might not be what most people think of, but, you know, it's just as legitimate and it's just as real as anything else. I'm sorry about my door creaking, by the way. I can't just keep the thing closed right now. I don't know what's causing it to creak, but it's doing that. So, I gotta go, but hopefully I made my point well enough. Thank you all for watching. Peace, love, and blessed be. Later, guys.